Probate, probate, probate. You guys hear me talking about it a lot here on the channel or wherever you're finding this video, but a lot of you don't understand it, including the child of my producer. She actually asked about it. So what is probate? So very simply, probate is the legal facility for transferring property from a deceased person to the heirs or whoever is ultimately going to receive, the benefit or receive the title of the property. That's what probate is. In the real estate world, there's a couple things that are very important to understand in probate property. The first one is that you should talk to a realtor before you do anything to the home. Most of the time when a probate property comes up, if they're not referred already by the attorney to a realtor, which happens quite often to me, people start going, oh, well, what do we do? Should we take everything out of the home? Should we repaint, do flooring? Now, this is a probate property, and if you look around it, they did some very important things. It did not cost them a lot of money, but it's going to actually earn them a lot of money. And that is, they redid all of the carpeting. They did fresh paint. Not that the paint was terrible, but there were a couple different colored rooms and stuff like that. And they did it all in this nice, neutral consistency. As you walk down the hallway, this shows just like a model home. That was built in 2018 or 17, I believe. So it's not brand new. And it wasn't like it was tragic. It just was a nice little upgrade, and it didn't show the wear and tear that it got over those years that the person lived in. Sometimes it doesn't make any sense to even empty out the refrigerator. It just depends, because the reality is that most people that are involved in a probate sale from the other side are either concerned about one of two things. They're either going to keep the home and occupy it or possibly rent it, or they want to sell it. And if they want to sell it, which is by and large the largest case, they don't want to sit on it for a long time, because the carrying cost of owning the home can either get turned over to the estate or sometimes the heirs, depending on the situation. And all that does is eat money away, right? So the carrying cost of a home can easily usurp any profit you can get if you were to spend money on a home and do it over time and things like that. So there's a lot of little factors like that it's really important that you speak to a realtor early on. If your attorney doesn't have a realtor for you, it's kind of, if you just Google probate real estate or probate realtor and stuff like that, people like me that do a lot of it will come up. So, and there's a couple other questions that come up tangentially. One is, can you pre-probate? So you can. Pre-probate is basically putting things in either living wills, trusts, that you can have specific direction. Like, let's just say that Chala, when she passes away, wants to make sure that I'm the realtor for her home because she thinks I'm going to do the best for her heirs. You can put that into your living will or trust if you want to, but there's so much more that you can put in there that it's probably best to talk to a attorney that handles not necessarily real estate strictly, but more family law, trusts, wills, things like that. The worst thing you can do is not have a will or a trust or any kind of direction, because what happens then, it goes to the state. And honestly, a lot of times when I finally see that stuff, so much of the inheritance money, for lack of a better word, is already gone, and the state's taking chunks of it, and then their lawyers and these lawyers. So make sure you have a plan, because you don't want to get caught without one. And then the last thing is that probate properties can sometimes be very easy and very quick, and sometimes they can be very not. A lot of times when there's a probate property, there may be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different heirs, and they may not all agree on a stance or a direction. So it can take a lot of nuance and a lot of time, and it is a learned skill. I've been doing this for quite some time, and I was doing probates when I first started, because we were doing auctions, and an auction probate's totally different, but the dynamics are the same. So make sure if you have a probate property that you need to sell, you don't just go to any realtor, because there are a lot of nuanced things that finding somebody that's experienced in probate can actually help you with. Anyways, if you got more questions, drop them down below, give us a call, DM us. We'll be happy to answer them. And that's what probate is.